Hello, students. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I hope everybody is doing fine. Sorry, we couldn't have class yesterday. So we were basically discussing about staffing in our previous lecture, and I was trying to make you understand about the meaning and other concepts related to staffing. So I hope that was quite clear with you guys, and I made you understand this thing that staffing is nothing. It's basically keeping the right person at the right place on the right job on at the right time at the right location. It's all about that. It's about training. It's about developing. It's about compensating. It's about solving grievances in a particular organization. So that's all about staffing. So we also understood about steps of staffing, but in our today's lecture, I'll try and make you understand about different sources of recruitment of employees. Now, when recruitment of employees is done, different sources can be used for it. It's not that companies rely completely on single resource or single source to recruit employees. They depend upon multiple sources for recruitment, and these are further bifurcated as internal and external sources. So we have to understand today about this particular thing, that the two types of sources that basically are used as the recruitment source, and what all it is about. So without wasting any time, let's move to the very first slide and let me try to understand about this a bit. So let me read out the slide first for you guys. The searching of suitable candidates and informing them about the openings in the enterprise is the most important aspect of recruitment process. The candidate may be available inside or outside the organization. Basically, there are two sources of recruitment, that is internal and external. Again, it's explaining us the same thing, that whenever we need and want to recruit somebody, we can consider two types of sources basically, which are internal and external. Now let's start with the internal sources. What are the internal sources? Best employees can be found within the organization. When a vacancy arises in the organization, it may be given to an employee who is already on the payroll. Basically, the internal source is all about the people, the employees, the power force that you currently are having in your organization. So these are the best people whom you can hire in any situation. Like they are already hired, but for a new job, these are the best people whom you can recruit. So internal sources include promotion, transfer, and in certain cases, demotion. When a higher post is given to deserving employee, it motivates all other employees of the organization to work hard. So when it comes to internal sources of recruitment, we have things like transfer, we have things like promotion. Even in some cases, we can consider demotion for the case. And why is it important, and why is it good to have and consider internal sources of recruitment when you are genuinely recruiting somebody for a vacant position in your organization, is because when you are hiring somebody, when you are recruiting somebody to a position, and if that is a position which is higher in the management level, and you are recruiting to that position a person from lower management level, it will not only help you finding a good candidate because he was already in your organization, he is well aware about the things in your organization, like the processes, like the aspects. He has bond with everybody already. He does not have to create it again. So that is one of the biggest advantage that any company or employee can have. The second is, when you are recruiting somebody to a higher management level, that too from a lower management level, it boosts the motivation level of all other candidates who are working in the lower level management, because when they see that okay, somebody from us has been promoted to a higher level of management level because he worked good or better, they will all give their all in and out in working and try to get that promotion which some of the employee has got. So not only it is beneficial for the organization but for employees too. For organization, first of all, you are getting a candidate who is already being well versed and well aware about the company's norms, rules and regulations and everything. And secondly, all the other people who are in that management level from which a person has been promoted to a good management level, they all will feel very much motivated about this thing and they give their 100% to the work that they are doing. In that case, you will also, as a company, you will also gain some sort of productivity, correct? So the employees, again, it says that the employees can be informed of such a vacancy by internal advertisement. Okay, when it comes to that, how this new vacancies can be, how an employee can get to know about these new vacancies. So internal job postings are always there in the companies, and in big MNCs it's a culture that they do internal job postings every after every free after every time period, maybe 6 months or a year. So that is how the candidates, the employees, the people working in the organization will get to know about various vacancies that are that are currently vacant and to which they can apply for the job. So now we have to basically study about different sources which act as internal sources when it comes to the recruitment part. So we have to understand those sources one by one. Now, just before moving forward, give me a clarification if this internal source is clear. Have you understood basically what internal source mean? It's simple that internal source is just from the organization. You are hiring somebody from your organization only. So that is in a very layman language and in very layman terms, that is what internal source is meant. Correct? Give me a clarification if this thing is clear.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Then we can move to the methods of internal sources. Now we have to basically understand, I made you understand that what internal sources mean, but we have to also get this thing that what are the what are the ways in which internal sources can be done. So the first and the foremost thing is transfers. Now let's try and understand this as an internal source of recruitment. So let me first read out this particular slide for you guys. Transfer involves shifting of persons from present jobs to other similar jobs. These do not involve any change in rank, responsibility, or prestige. The numbers of persons do not increase with transfers. Now, just to be very clear that sometimes we just consider transfers and promotions as one similar thing, but do not get get confused between these two terms, as these two terms are really very much different from each other. Correct? So, when we try and understand in transfer as an internal source of recruitment, you have to make this thing very clear that whenever a transfer will happen, the position will not change. By the position, I mean the management level will not change. The level is the same, but you are shifted to some other department, some other location, some other place, or some other job role, but the level is same. I'll make you understand this with a very simple example. Say, for example, there is a company having 12 or 13 management levels. Now, a person who is working on 12th management level is working for a while as a like maybe as a content marketing associate, just randomly, and After a year, he feels like he will not stick to that particular job, and he sees a new job posting, new internal job posting, and the position now is campaign marketing associate. So being these two job roles quite similar, he feels like I am good for this position and I will shift. So he applies for that job and gets that job. Now within an organization, he has been shifted from one job role to another job role. But being the management level is same, that for content for and campaign, both the job management level positions were 12 only, was 12 only. So there is no change in the rank, responsibility or prestige. Everything has been same, but it's just that he will feel a change in the job, in the job description that he was doing. So maybe there would be some difference in that, what he is going to do, the role thing. But apart from that, everything lies the same. The pay structure is the same, the salary he was getting will remain the same, the level is same, prestige is same, rank is same. It's just that he has been transferred from one job role to some other job role, correct? So that is transfer. Now transfer not only happens when a job role, when there is difference in job role, maybe a transfer can also happen in terms of location. So for example, a country has a few cities XYZ, and a person who is working in X city wants to shift to some Y city because that Y city is maybe his hometown. Now, for that, he applies for an internal job posting of some role at the same management level, or the role can also be the same, but at some different location. This Y location he wants to shift. So he has applied for the same job role which he was doing, but at some other job location. It's again a sort of transfer. Now how it basically fills that fills that loophole, or fills that recruitment thing in terms of companies, that when a company has a recruitment for job any job, when any job is vacant, they'll post it internally, and when they'll post it internally, they will find people applying for that particular job from their own organization. And this thing is here that people who will be applying will not be applying for some higher management level. The management level remains the same, the rank, responsibility, prestige, again I am repeating, these all remain the same. It's just that it's a difference in maybe location, maybe the role, maybe the department, but everything apart from that remains the same. Nothing changes. That is first and the foremost source of internal source of recruitment. When it comes, when it comes to internal sources, this is the first. The only thing is that here no changes there in the level, the management level at which a particular person is working. So that is the first source of, first internal source of recruitment. I hope this one is clear with you guys, and if it is so, just give me a clarification.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now let's move to the next, internal source, which is promotions. Now we understood what transfers mean. We have to now basically understand what promotion means. So promotions refer to shifting of persons to positions carrying better prestige, higher responsibilities, and more pay. The higher positions falling vacant may be filled up from within their organization. A promotion does not increase the number of persons in an organization. Now, I made it very clear that you don't have to be confused between promotion and transfer. Transfer is an altogether some different thing. There you are not getting higher pay, not getting higher management level, not getting higher rank, prestige. The only thing that you are getting is some change in department, in location or role. But when it comes to promotions, these are again one of the biggest internal source of recruitment. because promotions happen very quickly when it comes to corporate sector. If a person is working good, he'll be quickly promoted. We see promotions very quick and fast when it comes to corporate culture. So if a person is doing very well, he will be promoted to some other position, and this particular position is higher in management level, gives you more pay, has more prestige, has a better rank than what you were having prior. So this is the difference between transfer and promotion. In promotion, basically, it's again that vacant positions are being filled. So maybe the management level 11, there is a position which is being vacant, and due to internal posting, some of the person of level 12 has applied for it, and he gets the job. So that is a promotion which he has been, he has secured. Or even if it does not apply, maybe if a company feels that there is a vacant position at some management level, they can by themselves also recruit a person who they feel is doing very well to that particular higher management level. So that is position, and that is promotion, and this is how promotion basically acts as an internal source of recruitment. So and again, one this thing is very important in both transfer and promotion. Basically, the number of people who are working in your organization doesn't increase with this. This is a disadvantage of internal source of recruitment, recruitment, that people who are already working in your organization move here and there, and the job positions are being filled. But no, not a new member is joining your company. So the people who are working in your organization, the number will remain same anyhow. That will not change. That will be constant, because people are moving here and there. Not a new person is being hired for that. Correct. So after this, it says that a person going to get a higher position will vacate his present position. Promotion will motivate employees to improve their performance so that they can get a promotion. The concept of promotion, only when the concept of promotion is there, employees feel always motivated towards work, because they have this preconceived notion in their mind that if they do well, do work well, achieve the targets, bring revenue to the company, they'll get promoted. Howsoever, they'll get promoted anyhow, and this will not only fetch them higher rank, this will also give them higher salary. So promotions also have a very huge impact when it comes to internal source of recruitment. So promotions, fill up the majority of the vacant job positions in an organization, because we know that everybody gets promoted anyhow, even anyhow, maybe earlier, or not earlier, but they get promoted even if they don't do well. But because of that standard time thing, they get promoted after 12 months or 18 months. But the promotion as a source of internal source of job is a very great thing, because it not only fills the vacant positions in your organization, but also motivates everybody in your organization to work hard every day, to give their all every day, which not only is good for your employees but is also good for your organization, because the overall productivity and overall growth of your organization is really increasing. So that is the thing. I hope this thing is clear with you guys. If it is clear, just give me a clarification.
Yes, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So in that case, we will move to the next slide. Okay. So here we have to now understand about advantages of internal sources. Now we are very clear with what internal source means. What are the ways in which internal source can be, what are the ways in which internally we can recruit, that is promotion, that is transfer. And I made you understand what internal source basically means, that is within your organization itself. Now we have to understand about why internal sources. Why do companies rarely consider internally hiring, internally recruiting somebody? There would be some of the advantages, right? So we have to understand these advantages one by one and understand this point that why do even companies consider this thing, correct? So let's study them one by one. The first thing is improves morale. When an employee from inside the organization is given the higher post, it helps in increasing the morale of all employees. So when you give the opportunity of promotion in your organization, it's not only the person who is getting promoted who will get motivated. Apart from him also, everybody who is present in in that organization will feel some sort of motivation, because they know if the company has promoted somebody who has done good work, they will also get promoted one day if they keep on working continuously good. So that in a way motivates your employees. Your employees feel motivated. Motivated for what? For a greater management level position, for a greater rank, for a greater pay, greater salary, greater prestige, greater responsibility, a good career. That is these all are the things that basically motivate and provides morale to your employees who are working in your organization. Now, generally, every employee expects promotion to the higher post carrying more status and pay if he fulfills the other requirements. So, as I said you that everybody in the organization feels that he should get promoted, and this feeling gives them motivation to another level for which they keep on continuously working hard to achieve that particular thing. So promotion is not only like when it comes to promotion, because I am only giving here you an example of promotion because that is the only thing that motivates your employee. So transfers do not motivate your employee that much promotions do. So the perfect example when it comes to this advantage is promotion, because promotion motivates your employees to another level. They know by getting that particular promotion they will get multiple benefits, and for that they will continuously work hard day and night to just get that one promotion, because that one promotion is giving them all the motivation and all the morale out there, correct? So that is how internal source is giving advantage to the companies as well as to the employees, because it's not only good for companies that their employees are feeling motivated, it's also good for individual employees, because if they feel motivated, if they have the morale to do things, they'll also feel quite happy with their work. But if they have no morale, no motivation left with the job, they'll become unhappy with the job that they are doing. I hope this particular point is clear with you guys. If it is, just give me a clarification, bro. Clarification on this.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Let's move to the next one. And the next one is no error in selection. Now, the next advantage is no error in selection. When an employee is selected from inside, there is a least possibility of errors in selection, since every company maintains complete record of all its employees and can judge them in a better manner. Do you even feel that when a company is hiring or recruiting some person to a job from their own company, they will do any mistake in that case? Will there be any mistake while recruiting or scanning out the employees when all of these employees are basically working itself in an organization? Never. Every organization has complete records of all the employees that are working in a particular organization, right? So for example, if I have an organization XYZ and a number of people are working in my organization will have records of all the members who are working in my organization. And when it comes to the source of as a source of recruitment, and people apply to the job postings, internal job postings, I will have complete information of all the employees who have applied to the job. So in that cases, the analysis, the statistical data that I'll see and I'll compare all the things will be perfectly fine. The probability of me doing any sort of mistake in that case is zero or nil or very less, negligible, because I have complete records of what a person is, what his expertise are, what all stuff he has been doing, what all are his achievement, and what all mistakes he have done. I have everything, every information about it. So why would I do mistake while comparing multiple people for the particular job? Because all of them are already from my organization, and I'll make the best possible decision of recruiting somebody to a particular job, correct? So no error would happen in case of internal sources, right? When we recruit in internal sources, no error can be done while we are selecting somebody, correct? Is this one clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, in that case, we will be moving to the next slide. And the next advantage is promotes loyalty. Now, what does this mean? What does it mean that promotes loyalty? It promotes loyalty among the employees as they feel secured on account of changes of advancement. So when a company really is into internal job postings and they give their employees complete access to promotions, they are building loyal employees for themselves, for them. Like they are building loyal employees for themselves itself. So when as a company I will be continuously investing my time and I will be continuously doing internal job postings, and I will be continuously recruiting people internally, I would also be giving them promotions, right? So I will be hiring for people from the lower level management to higher level management, and all of this because of internal job postings. So this thing also basically does create a sort of loyalty between the employees, because they feel a sort of security while working in the organization, because they know that the company is investing so much in internal job postings and internal promotions, that if I work good, if I work better, I do good for the company, I'll get promotion one day, and that is good for myself. And this is how why multiple employees generate this sense of loyalty towards the organization, because of this one thing. And this loyalty, if they are generating for the company, it's wonders for the company, because they'll stick to the company, they'll not shift, they will not switch. And when they will not switch, you have good number of assets with you, because humans, people, employees working in your organization are the best assets that you can have. So that is again one of the greatest advantage, that why internally job recruitment should be done and why internal sources should be considered. So this one is clear.
Yes, ma'am.
Everybody?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay. Let's move to the next one, which states that no hasty decisions. The changes of hasty decisions are completely eliminated as the existing employees are well tried, and can be relied upon. So now again, one of the advantage that is of internal sources of recruitment is that no hasty decisions will be done. That is again somewhat similar to that I basically explained you prior. The point was no error in selection. It's again the same. The employees are tested and tried. They are tested and tried. They are all working in your organization. You have complete report, you have complete data on the people who are working in your organization. So there are no chances you make any decision wrong or there is any hasty decision that is being made. There is completely no possibility of that. So just rely upon the data, the reports, the record that you have of the employees and just compare it, analyze it, and that is how you will never make a wrong decision when you are completely sticking on internal job posting, because you have the data record, do you have the data record, the reports of everybody, and you can compare it easily. You don't have to go out and find what the person was doing, how he was doing, was he behaving well with the people or was he being rude. Everything is mentioned in your own report, so why would you go out and find this information, right? So it's completely a good decision to stick to internal job sources when it comes to recruiting, right? So is this clear? Everything till now is clear, right? Just give me a clarification,
Yes, ma'am. Clear.
everybody.
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, can you explain the fourth point again?
So hasty is that any decision which is being done very quickly. So we say now the decisions that are being that are basically being done very quick are always wrong. So we should take our time while making decisions, and we should do a good number of research, good number of analysis while making any decision. That is always what we have heard, and it's absolutely correct. But when it comes to recruiting somebody internally, that is already, that means you are hiring or recruiting people from your own organization. Now what will happen if there is a vacant position at management level 12, and the people from management level 11 are applying for that job? So everybody who has applied for that job, you have all the records, all the data, all the things about that employees, all the reports about that, and that all employees you have handy with you, right? So whenever the point comes of comparing, studying, or analyzing everybody so as to hire or recruit the best talent at management level 12, you have handy things with you. You have all the reports already with you. You have everything, every information about every employee who has applied for that job with you already. Now when you have all these things with you, even if you make decision very quickly, it will be correct. It will be absolutely correct, and there would be no error or mistake that will be done because of this, because you had already the reports with you, comparisons with you, analysis with you, because they were the people who were already working in your organization. So the best possible talent from management level 13 will be promoted to management level 12. Is this clear now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So in that case, we will be moving to the next slide and trying to understand about the next advantage. And the next advantage is economy in training cost. Now the existing employees are fully aware of the operating procedures and policies of the organization. The existing employees require little training, and it brings economy in training cost. Do you even imagine how much cost does it really, how much cost a company invests in when they hire new talent, fresher talent or new talent? The cost is very high, because if you are hiring somebody that is completely new to your organization, say for example a fresher, you are hiring a fresher to your organization. Even if you are not hiring a fresher, you are hiring somebody who is experienced but from some other organization, and you are hiring or recruiting him to your organization. He has zero knowledge about your organization. He doesn't know about your procedures. He doesn't know about your terms, doesn't know about your policies, no structures. He has completely no knowledge about all the things that are happening in your organization. How much money a company has to invest in this particular thing to make that person understand about everything in your organization. You have not only to give him one training about his particular role, you will have to train him about everything. You have to train him about the procedures that you are following, about the policies, about the terms, regulations, maybe different softwares that you are using. For everything, you have to give him or her a training. That will cost you, that will incur you cost plus time. So as a company, time is also cost. So you are having n number of costs incurred as a company when you are hiring a new talent who is completely out from your organization. But if in spite you hire a person or you recruit a person internally from your own organization, you are either promoting or transferring him. So just imagine the cost that will be incurred by a company. It will definitely be lesser than what a company had to incur when it will go for a new recruitment, completely new recruitment outside organization, because this already pre-existing employees aware about rules, regulations, policies, procedures, operational policies, procedures, everything is already clear with. So maybe you have to provide him with some training related to his particular job, but that trainings can be avoided, which a particular new person has to be given because he is completely new to the organization, because this prior employee has almost everything cleared in his mind of the organization that he's working. So only the training related to his particular job is to be done, and that will incur some cost, but that cost will be completely very less than what a company will be incurring if they hire completely new talent. So that is a difference, right? That is a great advantage. You know, cutting down on cost for your company is something great that a company can do. That is really a great thing, and it's really a great advantage when it comes to internal job, internal job sources. So I hope this one is clear.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. In that case, we will be moving to the next point, and this next point says self-development. It encourages self-development among employees as they can look forward to occupy higher posts. Again, somewhat similar to it that and when they know that company is investing in internal promotions, internal transfers, and everything, they will feel they will feel a sort of motivation. They'll feel boosted up, all charged up, because they know that a single promotion will give them good responsibility, good role, good prestige, higher pay, higher salaries, higher rank, everything, better benefits. So they'll continuously work on themselves, work on being more good. So this is not just about good for the organization. As an employee, you are developing yourself when you are doing good, right? When as an employee I do better, I am developing myself, because I know that this company is going to give me promotion anyhow if I do good. So I'll continuously invest my time in doing good. That is how I am also developing. My self development is being done. I am developing myself, because just to grab that promotion and do good for the organization, all the time that I've invested is also the time that I've invested in my self development. So as an employee, your self development is done because of this particular thing, this internal job posting thing, internal job sources thing. So it's good for both company as well as an employee. For company, it's that your employees will do good if they are more self developed, and for yourself, of course, you are developing yourself. That is That is absolutely good for you. No doubt in that. Correct. So is this point clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So now as we are clear with what internal job resources, internal job sources are, and what are the types of it, and we are now even clear about the advantages. So but now we have to also understand that there will be few disadvantage when it comes to internal job postings. That is the reason why companies also go for external job things, external job sources while recruiting somebody. So we have to understand now what are those disadvantages because of which the companies also do consider recruiting somebody externally, right? So let's understand those now. So these are the disadvantages of internal sources that we have to basically understand. Okay. So let's try and understand this one by one. The very first one is, it discourages capable persons from outside to join the concern. Maybe a big MNC, a big XYZ company is only indulging itself in internal job things, and it's completely ignoring external job sources. If they do so, they will miss the opportunity of having the best possible talent out there in their organization, because maybe somebody who is not present in their organization but present outside their organization is the most capable person out there and perfect for the company, but because they are not considering people from outside their organization, it will be not good for organization as well, and not good for that particular person who can get that job, right? So for the organization, you are missing out on the best talent that you can have in your organization. And as an employee, if I am not working in any organization and I wish to work in that organization, I will not have that opportunity to work there, because they have their own internal job sources there, and they do only consider that thing, and they do not consider external job sources at all. So that is a disadvantage for both the market people and for the company also. Correct? So clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. The second one is, it is possible that the requisite number of persons possessing qualifications for the vacant post may not be available in the organization. So again, that maybe if an organization only to consider consider the internal job sources, and only hire or recruit somebody internally. So there are possibilities that if you want a particular person for a particular job with particular set of qualifications, and there is a possibility that that particular qualification is not present in your organization, and nobody possesses that qualification, but you need that particular qualification for a particular job. What will you do as an organization? You have to go out, because if you don't go out, again stick to your organization already. So you may have to compromise at that point and do hire or recruit somebody who doesn't possess that qualification, and which will not be fair, neither with the organization and neither with the employee, because the employee will be expected to do good as it was a post of some higher qualification, and as an organization you will not never get that particular satisfaction with that person working there, because he cannot do that particular task because he has some different set of qualifications, right? So if you stick to your own organization only, maybe you'll not get the every required possibilities for a particular job in your organization only. You have to shift outside, right? So that is again a disadvantage of internal source, that you will not find everything in your organization. For exploring things, you have to move out. The next one is for posts requiring innovation and creative thinking. This method of recruitment cannot be followed. So again, this is the same thing that I've been discussing in the second point, that if you have to hire somebody to some position, that requires some different set of skills, some different qualification, some different level of creative thinking mind, some different level of innovative thinking mind. Maybe that is not present in your organization. The employees doesn't possess that in your organization. And if you only stick to your organization, so you will not do justice to both the employees and the post, the job in your organization. You need to move out. You need to see people. You need to talk to them and see that what is the level of creativity that they do have. And if you feel like that the level of creativity they do have is completely okay with my job, hire them. But if you're not exploring, if you are only sticking with your organization, that will never happen. So the second and third point is quite similar, that you don't get everything that you want in your organization only. For getting everything, you have to move out, see new people, see new employees, right? So are these 2 points clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So the next point is, if only seniority is the criteria for promotion, then the person filling the vacant post may not be really capable. So this is again one of the disadvantage of internal job postings and internal things, that generally this is not present in every organization. Generally there is a thing of like there is a thing of like time, there is a thing time, like people who have been working for like this much amount of time will be promoted. Then again, people who have been working for this much amount of time will again be promoted. So these things and this standard things happen in many of the organization. I'm not saying that all of the organization, but if companies stick to follow this, that they are only promoting people on the basis of seniority, they'll feel stuck. The organization will feel stuck because maybe the person that they are continuously promoting is not capable of doing things. So that is not a criteria that a company can follow. So companies should move out. Companies should hire people from outside, because they'll get new talent there. They'll get new minds there. They'll get new skill set there. And people can be, even the freshers can be hired for some, some higher level of position if they feel that the mindset and the skill set is good. If that matches, if you keep on promoting the people from position to position, even if they don't have creative mind, they don't have innovative skills, neither the skill set you want, that's not a smart decision that you are making. It's very stupid. It's stupid of organization that it's doing so, right? So it's again one of the disadvantage. Correct. So at last it states that in spite of the disadvantages, it is frequently used as a source of recruitment for lower positions. It may lead to nepotism and favoritism. The employees may be employed on the basis of their recommendation and not suitability. So sticking to your own organization can again result in favorism and nepotism sort of thing. Because if you have a bond with you have a good bond with manager, he will promote you to the next position. But if you don't have, in that case, you will lack. Correct. So this is again a disadvantage. In that case, if a company moves outside and companies hire from outside, the nepotism and favoritism cannot be there, right? Because a company and the HR who is basically hiring person is unaware about everybody who is being applying for that position, and the decision of hiring somebody would be completely it will be having no bias at all. But that can biases can happen when it comes to internal sources. Correct. So these all are the advantages, these all are the basically the disadvantages of the internal sources. Just give me a clarification if all these things are clear, because I'll stop here, because the next topic is external sources and we will start it very fresh. So I'll stick to the internal source only for the today's class. And we have done the disadvantage, advantages, and I have told you the methods, and then I have explained you what internal sources are. Just give me a clarification if all these things are clear, so as we can end our class today.